Alrighty, what's up guys? It's the Wealthy Mongoose. It's been some time, but that's given me a lot of time to read a bunch of novels. And I've been going on novel updates, but I've also been going on to web novel. Now, web novel is like the paywall version of the translator's paradise essentially, right? Because they do have to get paid. However, you know, the flaws with these is obviously like if you can't afford it, then obviously you can't read the whole novel, so what's the point? But, I'm not going to recommend this. You know, you should definitely support your creators on these websites, if you have the money for it, but otherwise there are plenty of scraper sites that you can go and they usually have, you know, up to the latest chapters scraped off that you can easily access. All right. So enough about that. Let's just get straight into the good stuff. So, My Vampire System is the first recommendation. It's an original novel. Um, yeah, you can kind of get the entire story just based on the title. He is a dude, and he gets a system, and this system has to do with vampires. I don't really want to talk too much about that just because, like, it's kind of a spoiler. And yeah, so the story essentially revolves around him going to a military academy in this world where people have superpowers and they're ranked and all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, I mean, I read this. It's very engaging. It was able to hold my attention, which says a lot about a novel. So I definitely give this one a recommendation. Alrighty. So this is going to be our first um, female MC novel that I actually enjoyed on this site. And yeah, it's not easy to be a man after traveling to the future. It was a very impressive read. I definitely like. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind like the super sappy romance novels and stuff like that, but it's so much better when like the girl in the series is not just like bashfully blushes eyes and you know the emperor comes down and decides that she is now his one and only queen. Like just completely unrealistic scenarios. So yeah, I mean I much prefer this one. The yeah, female MC is super badass. Um, Her dad is a general, and it's a mech world, so there's a lot of sci-fi aspects to it. So not traditionally fantasy, but even though it's not fantasy, I was very happy with just the sci-fi aspects. They just made it kind of magical. And it says it's sci-fi romance. There is supposedly, you know, a main interest for the MC. However, it's going to take several hundred chapters. I mean, even at the current point, I doubt it that they've actually gotten together yet. I'm only like 700 chapters into this. But yeah, so far, really good story. I definitely recommend this one. And yeah, let's get on to the next one. So, our third one is Birth of the Demonic Sword. I really like this one. It's also an original novel, but it is very, very good. I really enjoyed it. It's not super fast, okay? So, he's not gonna like start off like a god and then, progressively get crazier and crazier as the time goes on. I mean, that is kind of how it happens, but it usually takes like I want to say about 100 chapters for him to like fully develop in like a specific rank and then like rank up, that kind of style. But anyways, this guy essentially gets some crazy powers, right? And they have to do with demons, which is sort of interesting if you're kind of into the darker aspects of cultivation. I personally am a huge fan of anti-hero MCs, and I would say he qualifies. So, you know, if that's your niche, I'm not saying you have to read this novel. It's just out of all of these, this is probably one of my top one or two. Like this is a really good one. Alrighty. And the next one is Lord of the Mysteries. I'm what can I say about this? That this is a super plot heavy novel. Like it is really strong. This is definitely one of my top. I think this might be my number one actually. Lord of the Mystery is so well thought out. You know, the sequence of events in this novel are truly just some of them really twist your mind. There's a lot of scheming. There's secret societies. You know, tarot cards, magic, that kind of thing. So it's combining like the traditional ideas of magic with like magic in a fantasy setting. It's very cool. I've really enjoyed this story. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. You should just read this. You don't really have an excuse not to read this. And okay, so for our last one is the Profane Prince of Domination. And this is just some freaking etchy trash, man. But you know, I know some people like etchy trash, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you know, MC gets laid a lot, and that's pretty much the entire story. Yeah, with his golden rod. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Till next time.